guys, Savvy Tech Girl here. I am going to show you how to install Kodi onto your Windows machine. I've had quite a few people send me messages saying that there's thousands and thousands of add-on videos out there, how to install add-ons, and not a lot of videos on actually the Kodi settings and the setup. So I thought, you know what, why not put these together for people and get that information out there to share with you guys. A lot of people want to know, maybe you're having a problem with volume, maybe you're having a problem with your video settings. So anyways, the next few videos are going to be dedicated to the very basics of Kodi. We all know that Kodi is a media streaming center that allows you to share, whether it be your music, your home videos, there are third-party add-ons, that type of thing. So this is what I'm going to be teaching you guys over the next couple of YouTube videos. Okay, so to get started, I want you to go to Kodi.tv. Alright, that's going to bring you to their homepage of Kodi, and they're obviously going to be advertising their latest version, which is Jarvis, so that is 16.0. I'm not going to show you how to download that one and how to install it, but very simply, you're going to follow this, and whether you want the version 16 or prior versions. Okay, so I want you to go to downloads, and I want you, if you wanted version 16, simply click here, the Windows installer. Okay, and if you don't want 16, and I do not, I want a previous version, we're going to go down here to older releases. Okay, so I'm going to click on right here. It says older releases. Okay, and I'm going to click on there, and this is going to bring up a sub-menu. So we want Win32. If you wanted Android, you would go in here. Obviously Mac OS X, go in here. Kodi Ubuntu, so that is like the Linux version Kodi, and then XBMC, so that's Linux as well. So let's go to Win32, and here's our versions. And I want to go down to, I'm going to say 15.1. So you can go 15.1 or 15.2. Just make sure it's the .exe file. So I'm going to go 15.1, and I'm going to download it. So you can see it's already started downloading. You guys need to make sure you have a good internet connection and a very good speed. I ask a lot of people what the speed is if they're internet, and they always say, oh, it's really fast. That's not really the best answer. The best answer is look at your bill and see what you're paying for. If you're paying for 50, you're probably only going to get around 30. As a rule, you get about half of what you're paying for. So if you're paying for 25, you're probably only hitting around 12. Alright, so you need to make sure that you've got some good speeds, and unlimited package would be best. So Kodi 15 has finished installing, and I want to run it. So I'm going to click on Run, and the installation package will come up. Alright, so do you want to allow this app from an unknown publisher to make changes to your PC? You are definitely going to see this pop-up come up if you're using an installation of Windows, you haven't gone in and checked or changed any security settings, and this is a good pop-up to see because you are in control. So I'm going to say yes, I do. I want to install it. Okay, and then the next thing is so we have the welcome screen, welcome to Kodi setup. This wizard's going to guide you through. So very basic. So I'm going to click on next, and then obviously we have a user agreement here, so you guys can go through and read that. You need to accept at the end. If you don't accept those terms, then you can't install it. So I'm going to say I agree. And these are the things that are going to be installed for you by default. Okay, so you need them. You need all these things. It's easier just to put them in. So you have PVR add-ons, right? So that's for recording. You have skin add-ins. So it just comes with one skin called Retouch. That's fine. Microsoft Visual C++ package, although you're not going to personally use it. That needs to be in there. DirectX needs to be in there, and your audio decoder. So just make sure these are all clicked. Okay, and then you're going to go next. Now it's going to say where do you want to put it. You can leave it at default. I would leave it at default. It's going to put it in your program files, and it's going to put it under Kodi. So to me it makes sense to leave it there. You could put it wherever you want. You could simply click on browse, And you can go through and you could say, oh, you know what, I want to put it down here, right? So you can put it wherever you want. You can make a new folder, but I'm just going to leave it in the default location. Space required is only 155 megabytes. Space available, obviously, I've got a lot here. And then I'm going to click on Next. Okay, so a previous installation was detected. I already have it on there. Do I want to overwrite it? Yes. Okay, and Start. So select the Start menu folder in which you would like to create this programs. You can put it wherever you would like. But here we can just leave it. I'm just going to leave it as it is, and then I'm going to say install. So now it's going to go through and do an installation. It's not a big file. It won't take an extremely long time to install it. Depending again on the system that you're putting it on, you want to make sure that you've got, you know what, I would say you don't want to run it with less than a minimum of 2 gig. It'll run on 1 gig without too many issues, but obviously the more memory you have, the better. And then you can see it's doing the installation. Now this video, I am simply going to show you how to do the installation. We're going to open it up and see exactly how it comes once you've put it onto your machine. And then my next videos, I'm actually going to go through and talk to you about all the settings that you could go through and change if you needed to. Keep in mind you don't have to change them. If you're not having any problems, leave them how they are. But I just want to explain to the people that want to know more about Kodi what options you have. Okay, so it's just going through. We're around 50%, so we're getting there. Keep in mind, guys, my shows are on Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I have a live show, question and answers, so please feel free to call in or to send me questions online. I don't have the call-in feature set up yet, but I hopefully will get that set up in the next little while. You can send me emails, savvytechgirl@gmail.com, or get me on Twitter @savvytechgirl. And I try to address all of the messages I get and all the questions. I do my best to get back to you within a couple of days. Within 24 hours is my goal, but sometimes I get a little bit busy and it takes a little time. So just bear with me for those types of things. Check out my website, savvytechgirl.com. And obviously I'm on Facebook, facebook.com/savvytechgirl. Okay, so we're almost done with the installation here. Once it's finished, it's going to pop up and let us know that it's all done, and then we can open it up. Alright, so I'm actually just, I am doing this from a Mac, but I'm remotely connected to a Windows machine. So if you see all my Mac icons at the bottom, don't get confused. I am running it on a Windows machine. So okay, so it's finishing up the installation. So it's just loading all the temps, and we're almost done. And it's just extracting. So it puts a lot of stuff into temporary files, and then it clears it out after for you. It's just putting it there while it does the install. Like I say, you don't need to change a lot of settings on Kodi. Sometimes you run into video settings on your screen, on your actual TV screen. It may not match. It should, when you plug the HDMI cable in, especially with newer TVs, it should automatically resize for you. But in the odd case that doesn't happen, and then you would need to go into your video and maybe calibrate it so you can see everything, so you don't have things that are not on the screen, and that can make it pretty tough when you're trying to see things. The installation, obviously, for a Raspberry Pi and Androids is a little bit different than this, because you need to make sure that either A, you have that Raspberry Pi board connected to your system, to your computer, or you can actually just copy the information over. You can set it up on the Windows machine, put a mini SD card in, and then once you've copied the software onto the SD card, then just put it in the Raspberry Pi, start it up, and then you do your setup from there. So a little bit different than if you're putting it onto a Windows machine. People have asked me, can you just do a quick upgrade from 15 to 16? No, you can't. So if you do have a Raspberry Pi, you're going to need to make sure that you upgrade that SD card, that mini SD card, put the new operating system on and the new Kodi version on, and then you can put it back in the Raspberry Pi, boot it up, and then set up all over again. Just like on Windows, you're going to need to download Kodi 16 Jarvis execute, install it, and then your 15 will still be there. Okay, so complete. Kodi Setup Wizard has been installed on your computer. Do you want to run Kodi? So I'm going to click on that check mark and I'm going to say finish. So that's it. That's all it takes to do an installation. Obviously, the more memory you have in your computer, the faster the install is going to be. The more higher processor you've got, quicker it's going to be. So it's going to start up here for us. And then I'm just going to quickly show you how it starts up out of the box type of setup. And then once that's done, my next video will be the actual Kodi settings, and I will put those online for you within the next couple of days. So first time you start it, it does take a little bit. It's just loading everything into the background. And let's just see. Okay, so here we are. Now mine actually didn't, it kept all my settings because I had it on there previously. You wouldn't see this build on there, so I can actually go in here now. You wouldn't see the skin, you're just going to see system, programs, music. Okay. Alright, so like I said, mine started up a little bit differently because I didn't delete it and reinstall it. I just reinstalled over a version that I already had. So yours will look slightly different, but that is how you do the install. You won't have any add-ons in. It's just going to be a plain Jane system, which you will see in my next video. And then we will go through all the settings. Okay, so I hope that helped you guys with how to actually do the installation. And let's come back to our next video, and then we will go through all the system settings. Alright guys, hope that helped. Any questions, just drop me a direct message at SavvyTechGirl or send me an email, savvytechgirl@gmail.com.